Alrighty, so I just wanted to do a quick little video on accessories to buy for your PC, your screen, your keyboard, your mouse, and your Wi-Fi if you need one afterwards. If you're buying pre-built or whatever, normally it comes with a pretty crappy one, so there is a decent one for cheap, and your headset. So I have two completely different PC setups. I have my Ryzen build and my Intel build. My Ryzen build is pretty much completely made of budget parts that I've bought in over the years on sales, Black Friday, Amazon Prime, and just random deals like that. And then my other PC, which I buy everything on discount, but I lean more towards Corsair, like LG 240 hertz monitor rather than my MSI 144 hertz monitor, bigger screen, a little bit fancier stuff, and I really don't feel too big of a difference between my basically my thought out cheaper ones with good reviews versus my more expensive ones with really good reviews. They don't really have that much of a difference. So, for example, this is my main monitor that I use for my main build, and it is super expensive. It's 240 hertz, 1 ms, IPS gaming monitor, but it's just too much money. It it's nice, don't get me wrong, but there's problems with it. One, mainly, I can't find a mount that will fit this perfectly. So by that I mean you have to take off this square and then hope to God you get a mount that can actually fit inside that. The lifting of the screen is pretty cool, and I've never used this function where it flips. It says that they're advertising as a G-Sync, but it's really just a FreeSync. It just says G-Sync compatible. When I bought it, it was a FreeSync box, but now I know that it says G-Sync compatible. Just a little trick that they try to do to get more money. But I would very much go for this one. Is really good for that price. My buddy has this one in the 165 hertz. Actually, is what it's advertising as, and he really likes it, but I will have to go with this one only because I know you can overclock this to 200 hertz. Lots of people do it, and if you ever want to mount it, it's super easy, and it has very thin edging, so that means that you could put another monitor right next to it and not have to worry about too big of a gap between your screens if you want to use an extended image. So that's why I would go with this one. So to recap, you can go up to 240 hertz if you turn on overdrive mode with this. I think that could damage it, but you can get away with 200 hertz for the price of 144 hertz monitors. Pretty good deal. As for keyboard, I definitely like my Corsair K68, but it is pretty expensive. My other keyboard is a Redragon. It is this guy. It has a ton of RGB effects. It does say that it has an app, but I'm going to tell you the app doesn't work very well. You can do everything by clicking the FN and then using the insert, home, page up, delete, all those buttons, and it will do different effects. You just keep pushing it till you find the one you like, and it's nice because Redragon knows that people have smaller area setup, so if you want to get a cheaper keyboard without losing very much functionality, you can choose to get this keyboard without the number pad on the side. By that I mean this little mini guy. And it is much cheaper. And I don't really think you can get much better than this. It is... I'll give it the fact that it is mechanical keys. It is a little bit loud, but they do spring up just like they should. It's just, they're loud. Like this keyboard, for instance, is my Corsair. And if you can hear how loud that is, this is quiet in comparison to the Redragon. Next, I would go with... Hold on. If it was me right now, today, I would go with this mouse. I am a big fan of multi-button mouses, but this deal for this mouse has gotten a lot of really good rewards, reviews, because of the fact that it keeps your hand perfectly elevated and you don't get too much wrist strain. So I would give it to this one. This is probably the best for the price. But I use this mouse for my main build, and I really freaking like it. I have no problems with it whatsoever. I love having 12 buttons. I like the fact that I can use my thumb that normally does nothing, and I can use it to do all my actions, while my hand for my keyboard is free to do crouching and whatnot, while this hand, my thumb, is doing weapon changes. Also has a weighted system. It does have RGB lights, but you cannot seem to change it. Like, you can select one of these colors, and like that's pretty much what it is. They did give me a disc for the app, but it doesn't freaking work. And then next is the Wi-Fi, which I really like this one. Incredibly cheap. If you do want an upgrade over the current Wi-Fi you have and you want something that's a little bit stronger, this one is definitely it. And then as for headsets, I do have this one for my cheaper build. I bought it when it was on sale, and I gotta be honest, like, SteelSeries was a really popular brand last year, but now you don't really hear much about it. It does have RGB lights. The cord is cheap. It's just made of regular rubber. The headband constantly stretches, and it's not very comfortable. It feels like it's constantly getting looser. So the headset that I would use would definitely be the HyperX. So I've had these ones for my Xbox, and they're perfectly good for Xbox, but not great for PC. It's too much work. I've had these ones for about 5 years now, and I absolutely love them. It comes with a 7.1 surround sound. It's connected by USB, so you literally just plug it in. It does its update automatically. This controls the sound of your voice, up or down. So if your friends are saying you're breathing too loud or whatever, you can switch it literally just by a push of a button. And this is your volume, which I'll demonstrate now. I'm pushing the volume. You can see my volume going up. I like that. And the mute is on the side of it. It comes with 2 different cups. It comes with nice soft ones, or the leather ones that I'm still using. I'm waiting till the day that they're completely ruined, but it's been 5 years and they're still perfectly good. I lost that thing immediately, the little puff. And it comes with a travel bag, which is cool, and it's completely made of metal. So this whole part is metal, and underneath you can clearly tell up inside the headset it is also made of steel. These cups are also made of steel, like here. Like, the entire thing is made of metal. You cannot break this thing if you went out and tried. You could probably sit on this and it would just bend, and I'm sure you could just bend it back. So I absolutely love this headset. Now, everything has, like, its points. I'm not sure about overclocking this, but just out of my personal preference, I would choose the parts that I've chosen because based on the fact that they're cheap, overclockable, durable, and they pretty much do all the exact same stuff that the more expensive mice or keyboards do. Like, this is pretty much a rip-off of the Razer's $100 mouse, where you can swap out the keys, but to me, it's whatever. I have been using this mouse now for 3 years, and I haven't had a single problem. And then this keyboard, a year and a half. This Wi-Fi stick, literally 4 years. And like I said with this, I've been using this headset for at least 5. It might even be longer. Oh yeah, I should also point out you can remove the microphone piece. So if you do plan to get a streaming mic and you don't want your mic in the way, you can literally just pull this piece out and put it away, and you don't have to worry about it.